Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. You might have noted last time that I said that I was having some crashes in the game, but I think I've fixed it pretty nicely. I ran around for like 30 minutes killing stuff and it didn't crash, so that's nice. All that I did was turn down the various settings on the game because apparently I had them set way too high for my system, which is very unfortunate. I feel quite sad about that. It brings a single tear to mine eye that such a thing would occur. We have a dog trying to kill us. It's made entirely out of bones. So due to the fact that I've been running around a bit, I have some of these areas just a bit. I've gone down both paths a little ways. We got some binoculars, we got a longbow, and we're gonna travel down this path initially. I haven't done anything of any importance. I haven't found a boss, haven't killed anything of like serious power, because I'm a chump and I can't kill anything. Except for dogs. I can kill dogs. Dogs are not hard to kill. Do note this isn't like animal abuse because I don't think PETA would have any issue with the killing of these zombie dogs. I definitely don't have a single issue with it. It's pretty good to kill these guys because they kind of deserve it. My word, calm down. But I will say, these dogs are so much better of enemies than the dogs in the previous games. They're actually pretty clever. They try to circle you and get you from behind. It's so good. So there's a dude down here with a giant axe, and there's a dude over there with a giant axe on a pole. Slight differences in combat styles, but still, more or less the same thing. This is definitely the harder of the two directions we could have chosen to go, but I can't be asked to not try to kill the hardest thing in my sight, so they're gonna die a sad and terrible death. Or just a terrible death. It doesn't have to be that sad. I mean, I'm not gonna shed a single tear over their loss. I don't know if you will either. That was, by the way, absolutely terrible. Did you see? I missed like 3 shots because I'm an absolute wigwam, which is technically a Native American kind of like a teepee. But it's not a TP because it's a lot bigger. But, I mean, is also clearly a hilarious thing to call people. Because who wants to be called a wigwam? I personally wouldn't want to be called a wigwam. What does being called a wigwam even technically imply? I don't know. Do you know? You don't know. You're dead. How could a dead man possibly know what being a wigwam actually implies? Not feeling that's a thing. Hey, dude, how you doing? Just having a little sit down? Yeah, you're gonna have another little sit down, but your next little sit down is going to last quite a while. What do we got here? Soul of a deserted corpse? Disgusting. Worthless. Nobody cares about that. This door is closed, and we can't open it from this side, so we have to go around. Unfortunately, as you will see in a few moments, I don't actually want to stay very long in this direction because there is something absolutely terrible chilling out just at the top of this tower, and I am absolutely terrified. Ow! Hey, you! Cut that out. You are not the dude I'm talking about. That is the dude I'm talking about. Yeah, no. Yeah. I'm gonna level with you. I really don't like this thing. By I really don't like this thing, I mean it's absolutely terrible! It is ravaging our face like nobody's business, and I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm just gonna run for my life because I really just wanted to show you that monstrosity. Oh, wait. Okay, wait a minute. So we do happen to have a longbow, and we could try out a nice little maneuver of trying to take this guy down with a longbow. Oh, please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, I want to live! Oh yeah, you like this? You like this? You coward, don't run away from me. Get back here. I'm poking you with little sticks that I'm shooting out of a piece of tree with twine between it, which is technically what a bow is. Kind of, I mean, that's a very vague understanding of what a bow is. This feels really cheesy right now, I'm gonna level with you. This feels like nacho cheese dip in the morning. It's kind of sad, but we're gonna kill it anyway. I feel no remorse for your death, creature. Oh, I should also note that we did... Ooh, an ember, nice. I did level up twice. Ooh, my face is completely black, like some sort of, like, I don't know, Celtic warrior, except a Celtic warrior would have blue face, not black face, which is a completely different thing. So, you know, sort of, but not quite like a Celtic warrior. I did level up twice, as I was going to say. We got a point in endurance and a point in dexterity, which is, you know, a thing. And I'm sure it's great and all that, but I'm kind of meh about it. I really thought we'd level up a lot more than that, but no, we don't get anything. We spent 2,000 souls and got nothing. What's over here? Illusory wall? No. This one? No? Okay. Okay, I get it. No illusory walls. Don't even know why this exists. Well, okay. So I felt like, after my experience with crashes, it was probably a good time to have a little discussion about, bugs in gaming. Although, I'm not going to say I'm any sort of authority on how all this jazz works, or that even necessarily you should listen to me, because I'm also known for being partially, if not completely, insane. So, maybe not the best source, but anyway. I was gonna say, a lot of games nowadays are coming out with bugs, and I personally don't find this to be a problem. Notably within AAA games, and here's my understanding of the situation and why I don't believe this is a problem. We're just gonna take a little sit down before we go fight some more dudes. AAA games, as you might imagine, are massive, massive things. Like Dark Souls 3, I can't even imagine the amount of code that goes into creating this game. It must be absolutely absurd. So there's a massive amount of potential for bugs, but that isn't necessarily a reason that bugs should be acceptable in the release of AAA games. But the part that really makes it, I think, that it's not a big issue that games have these bugs is that pretty much there's a limited amount of time that developers have to actually find all of the individual bugs within a game. And their finding of the bugs is completely dependent on the systems that they use as well. So in order to release, like, a Dark Souls 3 that is a massive game and has so many potentials for a variety of different bugs to exist within it, in order to make certain that there's not a single bug in the game, they would have to test for, quite frankly, an ungodly amount of time this game, because there's just so much that goes into it. And I don't think that testing is actually worth it in the long run. There's an item up there, and I really want it, but I don't know how to get it. So we're going to go up and see if we can figure that out. And I'm going to continue to harp on about bugs in gaming. Okay. So, pretty much, my view on it is it's fine if there are a few bugs. If the game is a disgusting, buggy mess, which Dark Souls 3 was not by any remarks, it had a few really, I would phrase them as definitely game-breaking bugs, but it was really just the bonfire crash that was the big bug in Dark Souls 3. And that's really not that bad, especially since at this point I understand that they have actually released a patch to fix it. At least that's what most people have been saying, as I understand. So, I mean, that's not actually a very bad release. That's pretty decent. Ooh, what's down here? Well, I mean, cross your fingers, people. So, why shouldn't they go through the process of all of that testing in order to, find every bug in a game? Because, one, the amount of time to do it would be pretty large, I imagine. It could take as much as up to an additional year, maybe? And I'm just pulling these numbers out of my hat. I have no basis for these numbers at all. It's just my guesswork. It would take up to, and potentially far over, an entire year in order to test out every single bug in a game. But, and not only would it take time, but it would also increase the amount of money that a game would cost ultimately, because I mean, you have to pay all of the testers that are going to do that work. You have to pay the coders to go back and fix all of the bugs. That's going to be a lot of time and a lot of money, and quite frankly, probably not worth it in the end, because although you'll get a completely unbuggy game, how much more will it cost? I don't really know. And I think what's more important in the course of gaming in terms of bugs is whether or not the developer, after having released it and after the community, which is hundreds, sometimes thousands of people playing the game, find a bunch of bugs, the more important question is, does the developer actually continue to support the game and fix the bugs that are found by the community? And if they do, I mean, that's perfectly fine. The first week or two of people is unfortunately going to have to suffer a few bugs, but in the end, they will win out in a cheaper game that was released more quickly than one that is completely bug-free. And I just think, you know, that's pretty good. I'm fine with it. And anyway, it's not saying much, because my crashes were completely dependent on me being a dingbat, which is another thing that needs to be noted. People should definitely note whether or not they're dingbats before they start complaining about their crashes. Is your crash completely your fault, is the question. In my case, it was most definitely completely my fault, and I will go out and say immediately that I'm a massive dingbat. Not just for the whole bug thing, but I mean just in general. I am most definitely a massive dingbat, and I think the majority of people I know would agree with me. A useful dingbat, but still a massive ow. Don't do that! Don't you do that either! You stabbed me in the gut, now I'm dead. Ugh. Anyway, I think most people would agree that I'm a massive dingbat, so, you know, a smart, useful dingbat, but still a dingbat nonetheless. I don't know if being smart and useful actually makes up for the fact that you're a disgusting wigwam, which I think is actually incredibly insulting to use as, like, an insult. Should probably stop using wigwam as an insult, but it's just too much fun of a word to not say, and I don't really have any other context to say wigwam more than, like, twice a year or something. And I don't even know if I have that many times to say wigwam, so, you know. Well, that's my 2 cents on glitches in AAA games. Indie games is a completely different matter. Well, kind of. It's a different matter. Not quite completely different. It just depends on the size of the game. I mean, if it's a small indie game and it's filled with bugs, burn that indie developer in a pit, but don't actually, because that might just be their first game, and you should really take that into account. There's much more to take into account in indie gaming, but anyway, there's my 2 cents, and we're going to continue to kill these dudes. These ambushing little buggers. Man, we got these dudes under control, don't we? I mean, I did have that nice quantity of practice, like 30 minutes running through these areas. That doesn't actually help all that much, because I'm still getting absolutely murdered. Hello. Are you gonna murder me? Guess what? You're not gonna murder me, because I'm gonna murder you in the face. Your face hole is gonna die a terrible death. Should we kill people's face holes? Is that offensive? Should we be concerned whether or not it's offensive to kill someone's face hole? I really don't think so. Generally, I'm a very offensive person anyway, so I don't much mind. What? No arrows? Oh, that's the worst. I guess we used literally every arrow we had to kill that black thing. Not to say that there's anything wrong with it being a black thing. I mean, it's perfectly fine. As you can see, we're killing both black things and white things equally. Actually, I would argue we're killing more white things, seeing as those are like, I mean, technically grayish white, but I think it's close enough to white to say that we're killing an equal quantity of black and white things at the same time, so there's no issue here. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. Hey, you. Yeah, buzz off. You want to eat this? No. No. Ow. Hey. Hey. I'm fine with crossbow bolts. Not so fine with flaming crossbow bolts. That is not acceptable. I take quite a bit of offense to that. Ooh, steel soldier helm. Guess what we're not gonna wear? That. Whoa! Raw gem? Hold up. What's a raw gem? That is not even a thing I understand in the slightest. Infused to create raw weapon. Oh, I see. That actually makes sense. So, raw weapon. What is the raw weapon again? Oh, that's one of those complex ones. I think that's the one where it takes out the item's damage scaling according to stats and replaces it with a standard number instead of scaling, which means that you can give it to items that are... Oh, good lord, this guy. This guy's the worst. Please don't kill me! Lothric Knight. I don't want to die. I'm pretty sure he's a Lothric Knight. I'm just kind of making that up, so don't quote me on that, but I think he's a Lothric Knight. I want to be a Lothric Knight too! Oh, that attack. He has such range on that attack, it's crazy. This guy's also like a beast. I am honored to be killed by this man here, because he's really good at what he does. Like, he's got this really slick, like, attack. Why weren't you rolling at all, dude? As I was gonna say, he has a really slick attack you when you're behind him with his shield that absolutely wrecked me once, and I was like, dude, if you can kill me with your shield from behind, I accept that. I accept the devilish punishment that you have put upon my poor, disgusting, unexpected face. Hey, dude. This guy's the worst, by the way. He just comes at you with a lantern and just screams, and you'd be like, well, that's not really a very effective combat tactic. And I would strongly agree with you, because just screaming at a dude is not a good combat tactic. But as he screams, he actually calls to arms the dudes that are, like, sitting on the ground out there. And that's a pretty good combat tactic. I'm gonna level with you. It's pretty effective. They, like, mob you and kill you dead. Hey! Stop it! Stop it right now. Look me in the eyes, mate. I don't want you to kill me. Thank you. Very good. He's dead now. He suffered a sad and terrible defeat at the hands of Vinrafel, Warrior of the East. I guess everyone's a Warrior of the East. I'm not actually. Well, technically I am from the East Coast of America. America! I'm not gonna. No. Doesn't even deserve that much of a yell. Although, I did enjoy it, I will admit. Maybe I enjoyed it a bit too much. But, who knows. Would you just die, kid? You don't stand much of a chance against us. Hey, wait, did we get a wooden shield from one of these guys? I think we did. Give us a second. Oh yeah, we totes got a wooden shield. Oh, but it's got 57 physical resistance. That's terrible. Ah, our large leather shield is still better. Hey, mate. Ow. 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 Would you not shoot me in the face? I would appreciate that. Thank you. He's not going to shoot us in the face anymore. Mostly because he's dead. You know what? I haven't actually gone up here yet. Although, I do recall this from trailers, and I think I'm going to be burned in a pit. Yeah. Giant dragon. Hashtag massive dragon. Well, on the plus side, Massive Dragon did just absolutely wreck. Ow! Ow, why did that hurt? Giant Dragon did absolutely wreck face there, so, I mean, I guess that's fine. Now, if I recall from the trailers, we can go down here and have the dragon shoot fire down here, and if we do that, we might actually be able to get up this way. Ow! Why is it all still on fire? Why is it all still on fire? Why am I just running through the fire? I think the why was I just running through the fire is a much more important question than why is everything still on fire, because that kind of didn't make any sense. It's kind of the worst decision in that situation. We could have done a lot better, I would say. Maybe not tried to kill ourselves? That one. Is there no one here? Hello? Huh. Guess there's no one here. Hold up. Hold up. Look at that chain. Look. Okay, here's how it goes. If I know anything about Dark Souls, this is not a chest. This is, in fact, a mimic. I told you! Told ya. See, you can tell because of the placement of the chain. It's terrible. Buzz off, mimic. Don't even try to give me that death hug. I don't want any of your death hugs, mimic. Your death hugs are disgusting. They make me sick, Mimic! Sick to my stomach and the rest of my body because I'm dead at that point. Burn in a pit. Disgusting Mimic. Thinks he's so cool. You see that flying kick? That's why Mimics think they're cool. They think they're cool because they can do like flying kicks, super high kicks. You know what? In reality, Mimics are just little buggers. They don't even care. They're the worst. You don't even do your job very well, Mimics. You're so obvious if you know what to look for. Mate. It's also really obvious because everyone puts notes around Mimics. Then again, in reality, everyone puts notes around every chest. Mostly just to trick people into believing that every chest is a Mimic, which is pretty good, I'm gonna admit. It's solid. Really, the best way in Dark Souls to check for a Mimic is to just hit every chest you see. Oh no, 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 no! It got us! Oh, I didn't have enough stamina to make the second shot. Oh, see, what I was gonna do, and it was gonna be really good. Everyone was gonna be happy, was I was gonna stab the Mimic a second time after I stabbed him that last time before I got eaten. And that was going to kill it. And we were gonna be happy, but I didn't have enough stamina, and I didn't know this. So we ended up dying a sad and terrible death because, you know, they're pricks. Ah, Mimics are the worst. I hate Mimics. Can we, like, ban Mimics? Hashtag ban Mimics. Is that racist or something? Can you be racist against a Mimic? I really don't think you can be, because they're terrible things. And I think they're objectively terrible creatures. So I'm pretty sure it's not racist if you can prove it scientifically. Which I don't think is accurate. I'm not certain that's... It really depends on what kind of science you're doing, really. Whether or not you're doing, like, legit science or science with an exclamation point. Which generally is not so legit science. Maybe the worst. Well, we're gonna go kill that Mimic. Why did you jump off that? Why did you jump off the ladder? I don't understand. Kid, jumping off that ladder was probably the worst decision you've made. Well, maybe outside of just going, like, bare-chested fighting these dudes. Which, yes, we are still bare-chested, just so you know. And I'm not seeing us become not bare-chested anytime soon. In order to become not bare-chested, we have to find armor that's light enough for us to actually wear and still be able to maintain a solid roll, which so far we haven't found yet. Are they all dead now? Nice. Are you still burning stuff right now? Why are you doing that, dragon? So what we're gonna do is just wait a second. We'll see if he decides to not shoot fire right now. Are you gonna not shoot fire right now, mate? Okay, no, he's not gonna shoot fire yet. So what we're gonna do is, now that it's no longer burning on top, we're gonna bait him into shooting down the alley. And that didn't work. Nope. But we can definitely make it across this burning plane of death without to... Don't shoot the fire! Don't do it! Oh, yes. Okay, we're fine. Whew. I thought he was gonna shoot the fire again. Luckily, he did not shoot the fire again, and we are perfectly fine. Mimic! Mimic! Come to me. You're dead. You're dead to me, Mimic. You're gonna be dead to the rest of the world, too. Actually, can we just break all the terrain in here first? Because I hate terrain. Terrain gets in the way. It's coarse. It's rough. It gets everywhere. It doesn't actually get everywhere. But Anakin hates it nonetheless. Anakin's just filled with terrible hatred. Okay. Is that an adequate amount of destruction? I think so. I don't know how that table's standing up, by the way, but that is an impressive feat of physics, I have to say. Get wrecked, Mimic. Run, run, run. We can't wreck the Mimic. We can't immediately wreck the Mimic. We have to engage the Mimic in one-on-one combat to prove ourselves the greater man. Although I don't think the Mimic is technically a man. It's hard to tell because it's a Mimic. Can we, like... Can we do a backstab on a Mimic? Is that a thing that you can do? I don't even know. I mean, I've never really tried. Can we execute it? No, we didn't get it. We tried to get a backstab, but it didn't work out. It's unfortunate. Once again, not even certain it can be done. We'd have to do some science! That's science with an exclamation point, by the way. It's all about the inflection at that point, which is not considered to be real science, just in case you're wondering. It's considered technically to be pseudoscience. Don't even, Mimic, dude. I'm not having any of this right now. Would you just sit down? Thank you very much. So you're not gonna eat me this time, Mimic. What do we got? Deep battle axe? What does deep mean? Plus it's a battle axe. We don't want a battle axe. Battle axes are lame. We need like a longsword. We have a longsword actually. Or we need a stock, which is also not lame, but you know, not the most effective thing in the world. You gotta be joking. You gotta be joking right now. Are you serious? I went through all... Dude, I'm not having any of this. Bye. Peace. Wait, we can't go back. There's a dragon outside. Oh, wait. Where's he going? Hey, watch this, watch this. Shh. Shh. We're being sneaky. We're being sneaky. Oh man, we just snuck our way through. Hey dude, how you doing? He's dead. We just need to make sure that knight does not come back or we're absolutely toast. And I mean absolutely toast. Get wrecked! Oh, we did not thoroughly hit that guy. We almost got him, but didn't quite get him on the downward plunge. Throwing knives, ooh. That's nice. What was that sound? Was that us? I don't even know. Oh, look at this wigwam. Hey, wigwam, how you doing? Prepare to suffer, wigwam. Ow! What's it with you and the throwing knives? Don't pull those throwing knives. That's terrible. Jeez. Ow. Look at that. It's in my arm. It's actually technically in my side. That's still not much better, but I mean, going straight through my arm would have arguably been worse. Anyone else here? Hey, dude, how you doing? How do you feel? A scale of 1 to 10. 12? You're done. That's it. We got a dead dragon here. Oh, I know what awaits us. Ow! Where did you come from? Where did you come from? I don't even know where that guy came from, but it was a pretty bad place. I know what's waiting for us here. See, I've seen this before. I've seen this. You know what's on that roof? Death and destruction. Not much more than that. There's another giant black snake thing. It's the worst. And I think for now that will bring us to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, maybe we'll fight the giant black snake thing. Can't promise that. We could also go down this way. Preferably not engaging the Lothric Knight at any time because that'd be terrible. But we could go down here, see what's down here as well. There's so many options. We could go anywhere. But until then, thanks for watching and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.